Artists and artisans were out in the streets around Union Square and other San Francisco locations again today, but the days now are numbered. The injunction issued on October the 22nd forbidding police interference will end shortly. The case of the street artists against the city concluded today, and the injunction will go by the boards when Judge Charles Pirie rules. While the street artists made the most of the remaining time, the judge was talking in court of great differences between artists exhibiting their work freely under the First Amendment and selling for profit. But the judge also questioned the constitutionality of police arbitrarily denying peddlers permits for specific areas of the city. Closing arguments in the case ended at noon, and the attorneys involved have till Wednesday to submit final briefs. Additionally, a friend of the court brief will be submitted on behalf of the merchants in the cannery and Ghirardelli Square over the objections of the street artists' attorney. Two opposing attorneys summed up their closing arguments moments after they left the courtroom.
Well, the closing argument summed up the evidence to a certain degree, and that evidence showed that a lot of my clients had applied for licenses, for permits from the police department, and that the police department, in their own way, denied the applications for permits. In some cases, they denied them without any hearing at all, but rather denied them when the client first walked in. They were informed that their permit had been denied, as had all other permit applications to sell art in those areas. It was reported earlier, and I know that the judge has sat on the question of the constitutionality of the statute on its face before, and yet I have nothing but admiration for Judge Pirie and the way that he conducted the trial. His comments, he asked me questions of things that I thought he was legitimately interested in, knowing the answers. He asked the city attorney questions to the same regard, where there appeared to be some fallacies in our arguments. He closed the gaps with questions.
The contention is that the peddling permit procedure that we have is either unconstitutional as applied or unconstitutional on its face, and also that Section 869, which prohibits peddling without a license, is unconstitutional. Our case is essentially that it is not, of course, and as a matter of law that in the past has been upheld by the courts, Section 869 is constitutional, and as a matter of law, as has been decided in the past, it is good law.
Do you feel optimistic about what the judge may come up with?
I won't second guess the judge. I don't know.
Judge Charles Pirie said he's much in sympathy with the self-expression of artists, but the sale of their products on a public street is something else. The judge told me that it will be at least a week before he reaches a decision in this case. Ed Arno for Eyewitness News in San Francisco's City Hall.